All right, welcome back, my dear students. In this lecture here, we're finally going to see if we can add some categories in here, right? Because right now we're not getting anything. So I hope you're excited. This is a good lecture and you're going to learn a lot, okay? So let's go ahead and start doing this. So I'm in categories.php and this is in admin, all right? And on my code is around line 38, right? But on your side might be a little different here. So I'm going to be right below this element with a class of call-ss sits. All right. Now make sure, one thing that I wanted to make sure here is that on this attribute here, method, make sure you have the post here, because if you don't have that, this is not going to work. All right. So let's go ahead and start doing this. All right. So the first thing that we need to do is actually detect to see if we are getting some data from that form, right? So I'm gonna say if is set. Actually, let's put a PHP code in here. All right, there we go. Oops. Bring it down a little bit. Say if is set. All right, and what do we want to check for? Remember, post super global. Very good. All right. So we're checking for the cat title, right? Or we can check for the submit actually. Not cat title, submit. All right. All right, so if we find the submit, we want to do something. Let's go ahead and echo something out to see if this works. I like to echo is a very good function. I'm gonna echo something in H1 here. Hello. There we go. Let's go ahead and check that out. Refresh and hello is available. Perfect, right? So it's working. All right, so now that our form is working, let's go ahead and keep building this up. All right, I'm gonna take that out because I don't need it anymore. So we're gonna get added something out of here. We're gonna get the title, right? So let's get that out of the super global. I'm gonna paste that in here because I don't like writing much, right? Actually, I love writing, but that's just me. So cat, let's just name it cat title. So we got the variable here holding that super global key right here. Of course, the value of it. All right. So now that we have that, we can do a couple checks here just to make sure, because we want to make sure that if somebody clicks in here, if they don't put anything here, if it's blank, we want to make sure that we display some type of feedback to the user. Hey, listen, you need to fill this up, And if it's blank, we don't want to submit it. And if they have something, then we want to submit it, of course, right? So let's go ahead and do that. Let's just do a couple little validations here so you learn the hang of this. If the cat title equals an empty string, right? We could do that. Or empty. Let's use this function empty. And if the cat title is empty, then we do something, right? So let's go ahead and echo some type of message. Let's say echo this field should not be empty. Not should, but should not. I was gonna write bot again. Can you believe it? Empty. There we go. What's going on with me today? I need my coffee. All right. Else. So another thing is, so if it's not empty, then what do we want to do? Let's make sure our curly brackets are good. Right there and right there. Perfect. All right. And every time I click on it, you can see the underline there and the underline here. So that's how I know that they are correct, even though, you just want to make sure. So if everything is good, right? If the field is not empty, then we want to do our query. So let's go ahead and do that right now. So let's say, let's just put that there. And let's say insert into category, our table. Categories, there we go. And we could say this is the column in our right here. Cat category is the columns inside our table database, all right, or inside a database table. All right, so let's go ahead and concatenate the rest of the query and say the values are going to be what? You know, remember the values? Can you guess? Cat title. That's what we want to input in there. There we go. Cat title. All right. Put my little space right here. And then, all right. So now that we have our query constructed here for the database, the next thing is to what? To send, right? So I'm just going to say create category. I'm going to name this variable here category. There we go. Query. All right, and then we're going to assign the function that is going to send this to our database called query. Right? The connection, we pass in the connection, and then we pass in the query, of course. All right. So after this is done, we are good to go. Now let's do another little save net here. I call it a save net because we want to make sure that if for some reason this does not work, we know about it. All right, so I'm just gonna say if for some reason this is not happening, if this is false, all right, and that's with the not here operator. So if not create a query, if it's not true, then what we want to do is make sure that we kill the script. All right, this function should be kill instead of die, right? That's what I think. I don't know. You're welcome to your own opinion, but that's what I think, right? All right, so then we could concatenate here a error just to find out exactly what's going on, right? There we go. So I'm just gonna recap real quick on what I just did. Organize this a little bit so it looks better. So we're getting some information. We're getting the post super global here from the form, right? We are getting the cat title out of it. We are assigning it to this variable here, and then we're going to do some little validations here. We're saying if the cat title is empty, if it has an empty string, or if it's empty, then we want to echo this field should not be empty. Should not be empty. This field should not be empty. Okay, I wrote it correctly. Else, then we want, if it's not empty, then we want to insert the data into our table. Right? We're gonna send the query right here with the MySQLi underscore query. It takes two parameter, connection and the query, and then we're checking here to see if that query was successful. All right? If it wasn't successful, then we are going to kill the script with a string message query failed, and we're concatenating this function here, and we're passing this parameter here, connection, just in case it doesn't work. All right, so let's go ahead and check that out real quick and see if it works. And I'm just gonna say test here, add category, voila. All right, so this is working. Now let's do an empty, and this field should not be empty. All right, so it works for both. So we are getting something here, test 2, and if we don't type anything, we don't get it. It doesn't get submitted, and we get this little nice string here telling us that the field should not be empty. All right, perfect. So I think you have the hang of this, and you can do this over and over again. Thank you so much for watching this lecture. Hopefully you're enjoying yourself. Keep it up, keep the motivation up. You're learning something super valuable, and it's going to help you in your career. See you in the next lecture. Good luck with everything. Bye bye.